So NorCal Brawl weekend didn't go as planned. Um, Car was prepped, tested, and ready to go a month ago, which in the sport of desert racing and short course racing just doesn't happen like ever. Usually you're always last minute. And I fortunately had enough time to be ahead of the curve and have the car ready to go. So going into the weekend, I knew I was going to be at a disadvantage a little bit. Um, this car's set up for racing desert, racing Ultra 4 in the rocks, and went into NorCal Brawl weekend, for fun. Um, obviously there to race, but knew I wasn't going to be super competitive um, with the way the car was set up. Showed up Friday for practice, went out, learned the track, got a feel for it. Track conditions would come and go. It was super windy, so they were dumping water on the track. John and Jeremy and the entire NorCal crew did a fantastic job all weekend long trying to keep control of the track. Um, so practice went well. Car felt good. Found the lines I wanted to run. Made a few mental mistakes because the last time we were at Prairie City, we were racing Stampede. So you would come through start finish, take that corner a little wider, and aim for the rocks. Well, this weekend we weren't running the rocks, and over and over again in practice, and even in the one heat race I got to do, I just kept taking that corner way too wide, and that bit me in qualifying. Um, so when out for qualifying, I whether it was good luck, bad luck, however it may be, I was the first car out on track. It was super greasy. Um, car was all over the place. It was hard to hold on to in certain spots, but it laid down a solid lap, um, and crossed the start finish line and let off the throttle. Got out in the cushion, and the back end started to slide out on me, and then the front hooked and over I went right on my side. Um, so the funny part of that is I did it after the checker flag in qualifying, so I still got my time. So if I'm gonna run out of talent, at least that's the way to do it. Get to the checkered flag. No damage to the car visibly. Just some plastics, minor things, some scraped paint. Um, Gave the car a once over. Didn't see anything that we were uncomfortable with, and got ready for race day. Race day was kind of the same story as the day before. It was super windy. They were dumping water in the track. Some parts of the track were nice and wet. Others were super dry and dusty. Um, Lined up third in heat one, and off we went. Green flag dropped. I was side by side with the mini truck. I think it's a Can-Am with a truck body on it. Side by side with him. He got the preferred line off the start and into the first couple corners. So off the first jump, he was able to get a run on me, and I knew from there I had to fight a little bit. So I drove hard, made a couple mistakes, in the first lap. Took a breath. Bill and Jason in my ear, spotting for me. Got me reeled back in. Took a breath and set out on lap 2. It was actually making a run at the mini truck, and I kind of in my mind at the run I had knew where I was going to catch him, and then all of a sudden I come around the trees into the Talladega corner, and there he is, spun out, facing me. So made it easy work to pass him. Um, and by then the first and second cars had kind of checked out from us. So I just at that point was just trying to run, put down solid laps, backed it off a little bit to, you know, because, you know, spotters in my ear telling me I had plenty of room, nobody behind me, so I wasn't pushing hard. And coming down the back straight on lap 2, there was a section of kickers, and popped up the first kicker. I changed lanes from left to right to get out of the really slick mud. Popped up the first kicker, car felt really really good. Popped up the second kicker, and I just heard this clank sound. Um, did not know what it was. Um, Sailed off into the turn to head back up to the front straight towards start finish, and knew right away something was off. I didn't know if I had broken an axle, had a tire going down, didn't know. Um, so I kept pushing, and first hard right-hander into after start finish to start the third lap, the handling of the car was gone. It didn't want to corner. Um, Front end was pushing really really bad. I was checking up super early to try to figure out why and why the car wouldn't turn, but just kept sailing it, trying to hold on to that third spot. And coming around for the I held on to it the fourth lap. Somehow it was a handful to drive, and got the white flag, holding on to third. Just still every corner, car just wanted to push into the corner, didn't want to turn. And coming into the last left-hander, pretty tight, or right-hander, I'm sorry, pretty hard right-hander at the base of Spectator Hill to head to the checkers, and went in like I had driven in that corner every other time in practice qualifying and so far in the race. And the car just stepped out, spun around on me, facing backwards, looking at everybody coming at me. Got it straightened out, got to the checkers. My first thought was, flat tire, broken axle. And got back to pit and, started doing assessment, and found that the upper shock mount on the left front had completely ripped out of the frame, so the shock was no longer attached to the top in the front. So um, did a quick assessment. We knew there were other crews there that would be more than happy to help try to get it welded, try to find some plate and get it welded, get it ready to go. And I just made the decision at that point that we didn't know what else could be wrong or damaged. Um, so I made the decision to just pull the plug, withdraw from the rest of racing, which is never fun. DNFs are, um, especially in short course, DNFs are tough because DNFs in desert racing a lot of the time come when you're out in the middle of the desert and you can't fix them. You don't have the ability to fix it. In short course, you're there. You're always there. You're always in the pit. You're right next to the pit. Track's all right in front of you. So, tough decision to not make an effort to fix it. just for the sake of, I didn't want to damage anything else. I didn't want to risk breaking or bending a frame. So that was where the NorCal Brawl ended for me and my group with Bill and Layla. I can't thank those two enough. They did an awesome job this weekend. Um, you know, helping me get the car ready, loading, unloading, working the rugged trailer. So we did double duty this weekend. We raced and did race support for rugged radios. Um, so time to get this thing cleaned up, start tearing it down, and start assessing the damage. I want to thank Rugged Radios, Max's Tires, um, H&H Offroad, Bill Hermant, just everybody that helps make it possible to keep doing this and keep having fun with it. And don't get me wrong, even having a DNF this race was tough, but still had a lot of fun out there, and figure out what needs done and what the next one's going to be for Turbo 2 here. Thanks to Pat Elford, Team Alpine Racing, had his Starlink and Starstream on the race car this weekend, just testing it for him because they're racing the Baja Nevada 1,000-mile race next week, and he just wanted to put it on a race car and test it. Made sure it worked, and from what I could tell, it worked flawlessly. And so, yeah, time to start getting ready for getting back to real life. Go to work on Monday, and get ready to go sit at Rawhide Pit for that 1,000-mile race and help some racers out there. Thank you guys for tuning into the videos. I apologize that I haven't been keeping up on the behind the scenes and vlog stuff recently. My next vlog, not a race recap video, I'll go into a little more detail of why the videos have slowed down, and what the future of my YouTube channel looks like. And I'm getting long-winded here, so thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next one.